stroke of the pencil is like a letter of the alphabet.
Just kind of letting it go as I draw.
It's Cece Neltner's preferred language when things are too hard to say out loud.
A lot of my art is just very emotional and it's got a lot of either anger or sadness.
Her art, a lifeline when Ed became the center of her world.
Are you happy to be alive?
I don't know if happy is the word. I'm thankful I'm alive.
Ed is the skeleton wrapped around her. The name Cece gives her eating disorder, an obsession that began as young as 12 years old, calorie counting her way through her day, a dangerous hobby that landed her in the hospital with heart failure.
Wanting a thigh gap, wanting to see bones, wanting to see collarbones, wanting to see cheekbones. It's never enough, no matter how skinny you get. So the heart failure was almost like an award, like reward, like you've made it this far.
Art is a safe space for Cece, but the space that fueled her downward spiral into calorie deficit obsession? Instagram.
The doctors telling me I was overweight, in my family life getting really hard, everything just kind of tumbled into one big ball. So I was like, okay, this phone, I can use it to control my life. I can use it to control myself. So I was like, hey, why don't I get skinnier?
Do I think it's the only cause that my daughter was sick for that long? No, there's a lot of factors that come into play. Do I think it kept her sick? Absolutely.
Keyword searches for healthy recipes and exercise tips on Instagram led to the hashtag #ThinSpo, a never-ending feed of eating disorder content, making it hard for Cece's mom to monitor her child's online activity.
Social media is the only industry in the country that doesn't have a duty of reasonable care, not perfect care, reasonable care.
Matthew Bergman, who founded the Social Media Victims Law Center, is taking Cece's case to court. Cece's lawsuit calls out Meta for putting profits ahead of human life. It says Instagram is unreasonably dangerous, linking it to suicide attempts, anxiety, mental and physical harm that will forever impact Cece.
Well, this is a real David and Goliath. We're up against the richest companies in the world that hire the best lawyers. Cases involving victims of social media were just getting kicked out of court before they even got started.
Bergman says Meta should leave kids out of the marketing algorithms. We reached out to Meta 8 separate times, but they never responded. In January, Meta told Congress they've spent $20 billion on safety and security for kids since 2016. And as of this year, Instagram placed teens into the most restrictive control setting automatically, meaning it's harder to search suicide, eating disorders, or nudity, but it's not impossible. Still, the U.S. Surgeon General points to 20 studies that demonstrate a significant relationship between adolescents using social media and eating disorders.
We can't get the genie back in the bottle, right? For many years, the level of suicide rates in young people was pretty constant for many years until 2007. And they've gone up ever since. 2007, iPhone and Facebook.
It's just marketing 101, but on steroids. It works in advertising, and now it works on social media platforms, that it's trying to get your attention. And so it's not necessarily putting good quality information or things that are good for you in front of you. There's putting things in front of you that are just designed to attract and keep your attention.
The Center for Countering Digital Hate set up fake TikTok accounts acting as 13-year-old girls. Within a couple of minutes, they say they were fed self-harm content. Social platforms on smartphones and the age of influencers haven't even been around for 2 decades, leaving unknowns for how this can affect kids long term.
Our kids are the guinea pigs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this isn't to say all social media is bad. Businesses are built here and like-minded people connect despite being thousands of miles apart. Even artists like Cece can benefit.
How do you mend those two truths? That social media can be toxic, but could also be a really good vehicle for you to share your art.
I don't know. It's like building a dam with tissue paper. You build this dam, the water's still gonna come through. It's getting out of hand.
Now, there are some tricks so that you can control the algorithm. Here's how you do it. Press the icon on the bottom right, brings you to your profile. Then you're gonna hit that 3-line menu on the top right, and it's gonna take you to another screen. You're gonna see a category, what you see. There's an option for content preference, press that. Here you can manipulate actual accounts, pick what you're interested in, what you're not. You can actually block certain topics or hashtags. And for sensitive content, you can say you want more, less, or standard. You can even control political content. You can limit that as well. And lastly, the most important one, you can snooze suggested posts by Instagram for 30 days at a time. I'm Cassie Arsenault. Local 12 has more consumer stories just like this. Don't forget to click the links and press subscribe.